Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, President of the Republic of Somalia, all Excellencies, Honorable Members of Parliament, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I, like Alonso, was not expecting to be invited, but I'm pleasantly happy to say a few words. The Bible says that the Lord works in mysterious ways. His wonders to perform. So we find ourselves here today at prayer breakfast. And we have very many foreign guests who have come to join us today. I have always had faith that this occasion gives us opportunity to reflect on where we are coming from, where we are, and where we want to go. I was complaining to one of the officials there, Mr. Pogisho, that he failed in the writing there, and you have to state that I was very instrumental in recreating the prayer group in Parliament after it had collapsed in the early 90s. But we've listened to Lord Hastings, and he has said some wonderful things. He has quoted extensively Nelson Mandela, what Mandela said when he came from prison after 27 years. South Africa had been under apartheid, and the people of South Africa suffered some of the greatest injustice in the world. And when he came out, he decided to shake hands with the Klerk, who represented the system that had put him in jail for 27 years. The late Yasser Arafat and Mr. Isaac Rabin met in Camp David and shook hands. So I said, if Rabin and Arafat could shake hands, Mandela could shake hands with de Klerk, what is wrong in Raila Odinga shaking hands with Uhuru Kenyatta? And when we shook hands, many things changed in our country. The shilling steadied. The stock market itself also steadied. Generally, the peace returned in our country. But more importantly, it has also an infection thousands of kilometers away from our borders. Somewhere in Korea, the leaders of North and South Korea went into the 58th parallel and crossed the border and shook hands. So this is what is needed so that the countries can move forward. We have a great country, Kenya, and we have no other country than Kenya. And I've said that if I were to die and God asked me, where do you want to be born again, I would tell him, take me back to Kenya. So all that we need is to make this country a better place for our people to live in. And that's the reason why the current campaign that is going on to fight the vice that is one of the major enemies, corruption, as our full support. And we've said that it must be fought to the logical conclusion. I was telling the president sometimes yesterday, I told him, you know, I told some people in Western last weekend that in the community I come from, there goes hunters. And when you go hunting, you go with a dog. When the dog sees a squirrel, it will chase the squirrel. When it sees a hare, it will chase the hare. When it sees the antelope, it will chase the antelope. And when you see the dog go into the bush and come back running with his tail coiled between his legs, you know that the dog has seen something more dangerous. So he should begin to run away. Maybe it has seen a leopard. But you never hunt a leopard with a dog. To hunt a leopard, you need a lion. And we have a lion in this country. So I told him, use the lion to hunt the leopard. But we are confident that ultimately the Kenyan spirit will prevail. In conclusion, I want you to look at your your neighbor and shake hands. And shake hands with your neighbor. May the Lord bless all of you. Thank you.